My name's Duddy, set up builds and stuff. I've got the ultimate young Ahamkara Tripman build. We're going to be able to spam our Tripmans of Gunpowder Gamble and melees left, right and centre, featuring some really good solo weapons. But the only problem with Tripman builds, in my opinion, has been the healing. Well, we've solved that problem because I grinded my ass off for a 4-piece set of this Lustrous Strides. It's going to give us healing on solar final blurs. And then we're going to be pairing it up with a solar fragment that don't get much love. Cure on grenade kills. That paired up with the Solstice armor set gives you pretty much ×2 cure on a grenade kill. So stay with me, I'll break this video down. We'll start off with the young Ahamkara Spine. Increases Tripman grenade duration and blast radius. Ability damage also grants Tripman energy. So any of your abilities, including ignitions, is going to give you ability gains for your Tripman. Pair this up with the Lustrous Strides gear set. Now the 4-piece bonus, rapid solar final blows heal you, and the 2-piece is when you get healing, you're going to get increased sort of weapon stats, resistance handling and reload speed. But the main part is going to be the rapid solar final blows heal you. So I'm just going to show you it without the fragment I'm talking about. This is just solo weapon kills. It's very sort of average, not even average, just on its own. Just with weapon kills, you'll see there, it really doesn't heal you a lot. Although I believe if you got more health, that will increase. But it's not like the best sort of gear set at the moment. But if you pair it up with this one, Ember of Resolve, Solar Grenade Final Blows cure you. Now your Tripman and your Gunpowder Gamble, these are going to heal you. Between this Tripman grenades and your Gunpowder Gamble and that, that fragment, that Ember of Resolve, gives you a cure ×1, but pairing it up with the Solstice armor gives you a ×2 pretty much, which I'm going to show you. And then what we're going to do is add in a weapon like Dragon's Breath to also scatter a light source of healing along the ground. Dragon's Breath is perfect for this because it also gives you Tripman energy as well. So it's really, really good. So now you'll see, if you just watch this clip there, look how much health I'm getting back on grenade kill. That is with your Tripman or your Gunpowder Gamble. It just feels really, really nice. It really buffs that fragment out to another level. It's really, really noticeable. And you've got that Dragon's Breath amongst other weapons, just to do that light scattering along the ground as well, just to also give you them solar weapon kills as well, and build your Tripman energy up. It's a perfect little combo. And again, you'll see, just really nice being able to top your health up. If you've got Finality's Auger, that's another decent option. Put your turret down and that will also just pick away and get you loads of solo weapon kills, but that's just an option. I strongly recommend DB, the old Dragon's Breath. That is going to work nicely, but the Room Scrab turret on the Finality's Auger can also be used for multi-purposes, for like DPS situations as well. So it's just another little option. And if you just keep looking at the health, my health is just coming back all the time. So basically, you're going to get loads of Gunpowder Gambles. Your Gunpowder Gambles going to feed your Tripmans and vice versa. And you can just keep healing as long as you're getting kills with your solo weapons. You're just going to keep building them 2 grenades up. Really, really good. The next section of the video is going to be about my grenade damage and some ways to buff our damage out. But that healing is very, very nice. So, like I said, the grenade damage is pretty decent. I've got like a 150 stat. Ideally, I'd like that a little bit higher, but I'm not too bothered at the moment because it feels pretty nice in 440 stuff, which all my clips are, 32.8%. So, if you just watch this clip here, I'm obviously going to show you how to sort of get the maximum out of this grenade as well. It hits for 1276 and a bit of scorch, but 1276 total damage is a little bit higher. And now basically what we're going to do, because we're on solar subclasses, we're going to take advantage of Shield Crush. While you are amplified or radiant, your grenade recharge is faster, which is a bonus, and it deals increased damage. So basically, with Ember of Tortured, every time we throw our melee, we're going to make us radiant, 20% extra damage, which feeds our Tripman energy, and it gives us an extra damage on our Tripman grenade as well. So you'll see there, 1594, and it actually causes an ignition as well. So that's your Shield Crush working. It's not hard to do, very, very easy setup. Just throw your melee to get radiant, your Tripman. Easy damage increase on that already pretty potent Tripman. And obviously that also increases your gunpowder gamble damage as well. As far as I know, I've noticed quite a big difference on them. Now the champion here, just watch this damage, 383. This part of the video is also very important. Again, from a melee, from a grenade, that's your shield crush, goes up to 479. However, against non-boss combatants, i.e. champions and mages, stasis or strand debuff non-boss combatants take increased damage from solar, damage from all sources, 30% extra damage, add in a slice weapon, because that is going to apply a strand debuff. So every time you dodge, which you will be doing quite a lot, you're going to apply slice as well. So for champions, you can also put out some extra damage. Shield crush and cauterized darkness working together just feels really, really nice. It's just an option for champion and major damage. I've also got another option, the Yeartide Apex with attrition orbs. This will work perfectly for your health regen as well, because every time you pick up orbs, you're going to get a bit of extra health. Your Burning Ambition perk, this is what I like to run for this Tripman build, because your Tripman and your melees and your gunpowder gambles, adding Scorch to an already scorched target is going to cause ignitions, which again is going to give you healing and more Tripman and gunpowder gamble energy. Put your Dragon's Breath down, and you can just sort of like build your Tripmans up in your gunpowder gamble. You're going to see all that healing just constantly going off all of the time. The build itself doesn't really rely on a big super. We're going to go into my stats in a moment. I really use my super just to build my grenades and gunpowder gambles, my Tripman and gunpowders. These are my stats at the moment. Now, ideally, I'd like this intellect to be gone, this super to be gone, maybe to about 70 or 60. And I'd have that equally divided a bit more, maybe 10 more into my class and plus 20 or 30 on my melee. Ideally, but it is what it is. I'm going to farm out some more gear. Ideally, I'd like that intellect separated out a little bit more. I don't really need the intellect, but I'm going to farm for that out a little bit more. If you guys have got better stats than that, go for it. You want to be aiming for about 60, 70 melee and about 60, 70 class. But saying that, you can still spam out just as good as normal anyway. With this setup, I'd just like a little bit more. But as you can see in this clip, you can still spam out your grenades and your melees and your gunpowder gambles, especially if you're using Dragon's Breath. This is sort of a cheat code for Tripman builds. It does feed your Tripmans as well and causes loads of ignitions, and does that sort of like scattering of healing with your Solstice armor as well. So it all just works nicely together. So now basically I'm just going to show you everything sort of working together. You'll see the healing if you keep an eye on that top of the screen. Like I said, the weapon sort of kills isn't really that good for the healing, but once you've got that Ember of Resolve on, it really makes that fragment really, really good. A quick clip again just to show you, even with not the best sort of melee and class stats, you can still spam out a nice loop of Tripman and gunpowder gamble damage as well, just quick spamming it out like so. And being able to get extra damage from your shield crush or your cauterized darkness with your Minch retrograde, easily putting slice on, because you do dodge. You'll notice him glowing green there, that's the slice. A bit of extra damage for tanky targets, non-boss combatants, don't forget. But if you're doing like a high-end activity, only like probably 10% of the thing is going to be boss anyway. You're going to get a lot of champions and mages. So cauterized darkness is definitely something you should incorporate into your builds. And it just feels, like I said a couple of times, it feels really good. It's probably the best Tripman build I've used for a long time. And don't forget how fun Tripmans actually are. Some of the fun you can do with this. There's a couple of Grims up there. I wanted to see if I could tag one. Get a couple of kills like so. So it is actually a really fun build, and it is actually very valuable in endgame stuff. Everything you've seen in this video so far has been 440 or 430. That is the lowest I played. 80% of the clips I was 440. I was doing solo 440 Grandmaster stuff. So it's very, very viable for endgame. Oh, it never had a problem with damage. It was already good damage because of the amount of Tripmans you could spam. The only problem was the healing, but I believe this Solstice armor set is absolutely cracked for the healing. Very, very nice. It's not too overpowered. It just feels nice if you build into it properly. Next part of the video, I'm going to go over all my aspects, etc. On your mark, I found this one really good. Activating your class ability or getting precision final blows, granting you and nearby allies increased handling. Precision final blows also make you radiant. You've got gunpowder gamble. We know what that does. Very, very good. This procs all sorts of stuff. Your healing extra damage, your trip mines, everything. Just too good not to run. Your knife trick is what I like to prefer to run because your free sort of knives, what you get with this melee, will all proc your trip mine energy from your young Ahamkaras. Ember of Torches, which we've touched on, Radiant on grenade hits. 10 seconds is not too bad. Ember of Chart, your solar ignitions spread Scorch to affected targets. More damage, more healing, more trip mine energy. And an Ember of Eruption, your solar ignitions have increased area of effect. Why not a push 10 melee as well? And an Ember of Searing, defeating Scorch targets, which you're going to be doing all the time, is going to grant you melee energy and create a fire sprite. And then Ember of Resolve, which we've touched on. I'm going to leave my fragments and my mods and all my seasonal artifact perks like so. I will also leave a dim link in the video description. But that pretty much wraps up this video. Let me know what you think. Ultimate trip mine build, in my opinion. It's got everything, bit of damage, bit of healing. I hope you found it helpful. Have a great day.